Hey guys, my name is Faith and I don't know how to start this video, but yeah, in this video I'm gonna tell you about my testimony and how I got saved. So I grew up in a Christian household all my life. I was Christian. Thank God. Like, what are the odds that I'm actually born into a Christian household that's actually kind of like actual Christian? So yeah, I grew up in a Christian household, but I was always lukewarm. But I kind of had like a more inkling towards God. I always loved God. Well, before I would always pray. Sometimes we have prayer sessions with our family. I would pray sometimes, but it was not like, it was very lukewarm. I was still like any other person, right? I was still like any other person my age, right? Nobody would even know I was Christian. It happened this summer, like this year, like in 2024. I would do crossover service, which is like when you spend New Year's in church just praying and like just being in church while the New Year's is happening, like 12 a.m. So yeah, God started to plant seeds in my life. He started planting seeds. Like, first of all, like I really wanted to give like my life to God, but it was not like really like, I would do that almost every year because I would do crossover almost every year. But this year, it was still a little bit different. So God started to plant seeds in my life. So one was that I found a podcast called Girls Gone Bible, which really changed everything. Like, I started listening to all the episodes, literally all the episodes, and I was so in love with Girls Gone Bible because they spoke truth, and that's what I needed. Like, I honestly needed. I started listening to podcasts, a bunch of different podcasts, until I came on their podcast, and I just fell in love with it. That is what like really poured. They were pouring into my life. They were pouring truth like into my life, like, which made me like actually be on fire for God. So then like there was a bunch of different sermons. I would go to church a lot. Like, in my family, we go to church a lot. Like, so yeah, there was like a sermon. This sermon was about leaving lukewarmness, which is what I did. And yeah, so yeah, it was about leaving lukewarmness. A bunch of different sermons piled up, a bunch of different things piled up to making me fully leave lukewarmness, because I was always lukewarm. Okay, then after that, one thing that really made me go, which really changed my faith journey a lot, was when my mom and I went to a convention, in a RCCG convention, where like there was a really anointed pastor there, and I believed that my life would change that day, and it did. Like, I was excited to go to that convention. After that, like, I started to want to actually read the word of God for the first time by myself. Like, okay, no, I did in COVID, but didn't last. That was like just during COVID, and then I stopped after COVID. But then I actually started reading the word of God again, and then I read it more, and that's all I wanted to do. So that's what I did. Yeah. So that's when I started to grow and actually grow my relationship with God. Like, I found out all the sin cycles that I was going through actually was demolishing. Like, all the like anger, disobedience to parents, like the rebellion, like all those things started to literally get less and less and less, because I was praying like I didn't want to sin. I was praying that I would not sin. Like, I did not want to sin anymore, because sin, it destroys everything. When I finally started reading the word and praying, like actually like being on fire for God, that was like the first time, like when I was praying like and worshiping, that was the first time that I actually experienced the presence of God. Like, I actually felt the love and the joy and the peace, like all of this. Like, I felt like I cried for the first time in the presence of God. Like, I've never really felt the presence like that. And I've always been in a Christian household, but I never even felt the presence of God like that. So yeah, like literally the amount of joy and love that you experience and peace, guys. like I was doing a course in the summer, 2 courses in the summer. Those courses were one of the best courses I've ever done. Like I did so good in them. I don't know where the strength came from. It was from God. I started to do so good in those classes, like, and then I was so productive. I was cooking, guys. Afterwards, like, the enemy started to try to attack me with anxiety, and anxiety pertaining, like, demons. Like, I was scared of demons. Like, I was scared. I don't know where this came from. I've never been scared of things like that. But then I remembered when Jesus would say, "It is written," whenever the enemy tried to tempt him. So I would just continue to say, "For it is written." Like, I would just be saying scriptures. Like, I would say, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I say, "Be still and know that I am God." Like, God is here. Like, I don't gotta worry. And soon after, I would just repeat that until I fell asleep. And then got delivered from that because I don't get any of that anymore. I only fear God. And then, like, God saved me from the anger issues. So yeah, that's basically my testimony of how I actually got saved. And now I am starting a YouTube channel to try to encourage you guys, try to encourage other people like me, other Christians, just encouraging the body just to go closer to God, to read your word. Like, just read your word, please. Just read your word. Like, actually, it changes everything. And you'll see that when you start reading it. And just to pray, guys, like, pray and have honest prayers, like, pray honestly. And then, oh, I forgot to say, and then I got baptized, and then I said this testimony to the church. So yeah, I pray that this encourages you guys to go closer and deeper in a relationship with God, to pursue God, because if you draw closer to God, God will draw closer to you. Guys, stand strong, stand firm. Like, we could do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And also, if you guys are dealing with any type of sleep paralysis or something like that, guys, I had that for a little bit, but immediately before it happened, I called out on Jesus. I went out of it and never happened again. Like, as soon as you realize that you're in that, like, call on Jesus and have faith, and God will deliver you from that. So I love you guys so much. Please, like, support if you can. I don't want to ask too much, but guys, subscribe, like, share, whatever, anything you want. Bye.